those ventilation things. All right, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing with this guy too, because I kind of want to add that in as well. So let's go to our point mode here, and let's right click. Let's go to knife, and let's go to plane, and we should have the same settings in there, which we do. So let's kind of chop this guy. Oh, I don't know, maybe right about there. And this time I'm only going to be focusing on the front because my plan is that we're only going to see the front. Now, if you had any plans to kind of see the backside of this thing, of course, you would want to probably add a little bit more detail, but there's no reason to make excess geometry and polygons that we're not going to be seeing. It's not going to be visible. So let's go extrude inner and make sure that our preserve groups is turned off and bring that guy in. You know, we could probably work with something a little different here. Different size, maybe thinner kind of vents, kind of break it up a little bit. Let's extrude those in a bit. Once again, extrude inner and extrude outwards. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, and then let's go to our side view here. Let's grab those points. Once again, let's make sure that's clicked off. Only select visible elements, and I'm holding down Shift. And just grab these guys here. Let's zoom in a little bit, because I think I'm probably going to want to do something a little bit different with these. Kind of bring that in, and I think maybe I'm going to want to grab the other ones. I didn't do this with the side housing, but I think I'm going to do that with this one here. Grab those. They're a little pointed upward from, I don't really like that, so I'm just going to kind of bring it down a bit. Just a little bit. That looks okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Got some ventilation going on here. That looks all right. So I think what I'm going to want to do, moving on, is I'm going to grab this guy right here. We're going to create kind of a separate panel here. Let's extrude inner on this guy. Kind of bring him in a bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to go with my edge mode. I'm going to hit UB. U then B on my keyboard, and we're just going to bevel this guy as well, just a little bit. Something like so. And let's see if we can get a nice bevel on the outside here, just a little bit. Just want to make sure those end gons aren't going to screw up too much for us here. I think that's probably going to be okay for now. Maybe turn off our edge break there. Okay, good start, good start. Now I think what I want to do is we're going to create kind of a central, maybe it's a central core thing where it kind of feeds maybe like, you know, these turret guns tend to get a little hot. So I think maybe we want to do something where we have kind of these lines maybe kind of feeding into it. Maybe antifreeze or water coolant, who knows. So let's grab a quick cylinder here and bring this guy up. And we're going to bring him way down. A little too large for my flavor. Squeeze that in like so. And just kind of eyeball. We're going to basically just kind of create a connector of some sort. I'm going to hit, well, actually, before I do that, let's check our poly count. You know, we could probably afford to bring that down to about 20. We'll go ahead and leave caps on for now. Height segments, I'm going to bump that up to 3. And then I'm going to hit C. And let's call this connector. I don't know, we're probably going to have a lot of these too. So let's go ahead and hit UL on the keyboard for loop selection. I'm going to right click. I'm going to extrude outwards. And I'm actually going to use my bevel a little bit. I kind of want to give it a little bit of a diversity here. Then edge mode, UL on the keyboard. Let's get this guy going. Select that. Once again, I'm going to bevel this. And you know what? I made a mistake. So what I wanted to do first, I kind of jumped the gun here, but I want to select all my vertices here because we need to optimize this mesh because it's seeing the cap as a separate segment. So I'm going to hit Control A. It's going to select all of our vertices, and I'm going to right click. And if you ever had this problem where the cap is acting independent from the geometry, it's because of this. So let's hit Optimize, and that should hopefully connect our geometry. So let's try that again. Let's go to our bevel tool, and there we go. It's looking pretty decent. And back to our poly mode. Go to the top here and extrude inner. Not that much. Oh, you know what? We need to turn preserve groups back on because we're going to get that wackiness there. Bring that in and just going to extrude down. Oh, you know what? Look what I did. I did a bad thing. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so once again, getting a little hasty here. Make sure only select visible elements is on. Extrude inner a little bit and just extrude downwards. There, nice and clean. Go to our side view here. And we're just going to kind of pop this guy in here in our little alcove that we made. And we could probably afford to get rid of some of those polys that we don't need. So I'm going to go to my point mode. And let's just grab these guys and just delete them. We don't need them. We don't need no stinking polys. Okay, drop that down a little bit. Go back to our perspective shot here. And I think what we're going to do is have probably two of these guys. So I'm going to scoot him over like so, and I'm going to go to our symmetry object once again. And that's going to just make a twin for him. Cool. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so we'll stop here, and in the next lesson, we'll continue to add more geometry to our model.